You don't need more time. You need more focus. You don't need motivation. You need consistency. Every day you say, "I'll start tomorrow," your life waits. But greatness doesn't wait. Success doesn't wait. Everything you want, the body, the money, the peace, starts with what you do in the next 30 minutes. This audiobook is not about doing more. It's about mastering the small window that changes everything. 30 minutes of deep work, every single day, will rebuild your discipline, your identity, and your future. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Stop wasting mornings. You waste your mornings, you waste your life. That's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. The morning isn't just another part of the day, it's the foundation of who you are becoming. If you lose your morning, you lose your mission. If you wake up reacting, scrolling, rushing, and comparing, you are already behind before you even begin. The morning decides your mindset. The morning decides your energy. The morning decides your focus, your attitude, and your entire day's momentum. You can't live a powerful life built on weak mornings. That's the rule. Let me be blunt. Most people start their day in chaos. They wake up to noise. They wake up to notifications. They wake up to everyone else's agenda. They open their phones before they open their eyes fully, and then wonder why their mind feels heavy, distracted, and anxious all day. You have to break that pattern. Because you're not tired, you're scattered. You're not unmotivated, you're unfocused. You're not stuck, you're undisciplined with your mornings. Win the morning, win the mission. Say it again. Win the morning, win the mission. That's not a quote. That's a command. The first 30 minutes after you wake up set the tone for everything that follows. Your brain is most programmable in that window. It's the moment when your subconscious is listening. If you fill that time with distractions, your mind learns to chase them all day. If you fill that time with focus, your mind learns to build. That's the key. High performers don't start their mornings by checking what the world wants from them. They start by deciding what they want from the world. Athletes, CEOs, soldiers, creators, they protect their mornings like sacred ground. Why? Because they know momentum is built early. They know chaos later in the day is unavoidable, so the first 30 minutes are the only time truly under their control. That's when they build discipline, reflection, and clarity. You have to learn to treat your morning like a battlefield. You wake up, and immediately your mind will try to drag you into comfort. You'll hear it whisper, "Scroll for just 5 minutes. Check what's new. Relax before you start." That voice is the enemy. That voice has killed more dreams than failure ever will. You have a choice, every single day, to listen or to lead. Here's what you must do. Wake up, and before you touch your phone, touch your purpose. Sit up. Breathe. Stretch. Say one sentence out loud, "I control this day." Because that's where it starts. Control. Then create silence. Not music. Not podcasts. Just silence. You need 10 minutes of intentional stillness before you step into the noise. In that silence, you'll hear your priorities. You'll see your direction. You'll remember what actually matters. If you can't handle silence in the morning, that's a sign you're avoiding yourself. Silence forces you to meet your own mind. And that's exactly where power is built. Next, move your body. Even 5 minutes, push-ups, stretches, or walking, anything to tell your brain, we are alive, we are active, we are moving forward. Motion builds emotion. That's the formula. Then feed your mind something strong. Read a page. Write a thought. Listen to something that elevates you instead of drains you. Remember, what you feed your mind before sunrise shapes your decisions for the next 16 hours. You don't need a fancy morning routine. You need a consistent one. People overcomplicate it. Journaling apps, productivity hacks, color-coded planners. That's noise. The point is not perfection. The point is control. The goal is simple. Wake up and own your first 30 minutes. That's it. Because if you can own that, you can own your life. You might say, "But I'm not a morning person." I'll tell you this. Nobody is born a morning person. People become morning warriors through repetition. You train your brain to wake with purpose, and eventually, it obeys. That's discipline. That's identity. That's the key. Let me give you a real example. Take Jocko Willink, a Navy SEAL commander known for posting his 4:30 a.m. wake-up photo every day. It's not about the clock. It's about the message. He trains his mind to lead before the world starts talking. He starts the day on his own terms. So when chaos hits, he's already calm, already focused, already ahead. You don't have to wake up at 4:30 a.m., you just have to wake up with ownership. The time doesn't matter. The intent does. Your goal isn't to impress, it's to align. You want peace? Start with structure. You want clarity? Start with silence. You want results? Start before the world distracts you. That's how you win. That's how you break the cycle. Because when you start the day reacting, you're a follower. When you start the day with intention, you're a leader, even if no one's watching. You don't need motivation to wake up early. You need responsibility. Responsibility to your future self. Responsibility to your mission. Responsibility to the person you claim you want to become. Stop treating the morning like a casual event. It's your daily test. Every morning, the world gives you two choices: comfort or control, reaction or creation, distraction or direction. You choose. And every choice builds or breaks your future. If you can master your mornings, you'll find that success becomes predictable. You'll stop chasing motivation because your routine is motivation. You'll stop feeling behind because your foundation is solid. You'll walk through your day sharper, calmer, more intentional, because your day started on your command. Remember, win the morning, win the mission. Say it again. Win the morning, win the mission. That's your mantra. Repeat it until it becomes reflex. Because one day it will, and that's when the shift happens. Your mornings are not for chaos. They are for clarity. They are for structure. They are for discipline. If you can give yourself 30 minutes of control every morning, the rest of the day will obey. That's the secret the world ignores. They want results without rhythm. They want peace without preparation. But peace is built in private. Discipline is built in silence. And success is built in the first 30 minutes of your day. So tomorrow morning when you open your eyes, don't reach for your phone. Reach for your purpose. Get up. Breathe. Move. Think. Because your first 30 minutes will decide your next 24 hours. You mastered your morning, and that means you've begun to master your mind. Now, let's talk about what truly separates the consistent from the comfortable. Chapter 2. Consistency is louder than motivation. Motivation is a lie. It comes and goes. It is loud, flashy, and unreliable. It feels good for a moment, then disappears. And when it disappears, you are left with yourself, your habits, your discipline, your choices. That's the reality most people refuse to face. They chase motivation like it's a treasure. They wait for the emotional spark to strike before they act. And every time it fails, they blame themselves. They blame circumstances. They blame the world. Here's the truth: you don't need motivation. You need consistency. Consistency is quiet. Consistency doesn't ask for excitement. Consistency doesn't care if you feel like it. Consistency is the silent engine that builds empires, bodies, minds, and futures. Show up when it's boring. Show up when it's dark. Show up anyway. Repeat that phrase. Internalize it. It is your mantra for transformation. Let me explain why consistency wins where motivation fails. Motivation is emotional. It triggers the dopamine system in your brain, the same system that makes social media addictive, that makes junk food irresistible. Motivation gives you a high, a rush of energy, a feeling of progress. But that high is temporary. And when it fades, you stop. You pause. You quit. You delay. Your goals become memories instead of realities. Consistency works differently. Consistency rewires the brain. Every repeated action strengthens the neural pathways of habit. Every day you act without waiting to feel like it, you build identity. You become someone who does, not someone who dreams. Let's put it into perspective. Consider an athlete. They don't win because they feel inspired every morning. They win because they show up, rain or shine, sore or tired, day after day. They show up when it's boring. They show up when it's dark. They show up anyway. Consistency is what separates the average from the exceptional. Consistency is what separates those who talk about change from those who live it. It is invisible to the untrained eye, but it creates unstoppable results. Now let's talk about the dopamine trap. Most people chase emotional highs, motivation, excitement, instant gratification. They want the thrill, not the discipline. They want the feeling of progress, not the actual work of progress. That's why they start and stop. That's why they give up when it's uncomfortable. You don't need that. You don't need motivation to dictate your actions. You don't need an emotional high to build results. You need a system. You need a routine. You need consistency. Consistency is not exciting. It is repetitive. It is boring. And that's exactly why it works. Because life is mostly boring. Most of the work is repetitive. Most of the effort goes unseen. And those who embrace the boring, repetitive work become unstoppable. Think about the world's top performers: business leaders, martial artists, authors, athletes. Do you think they are motivated every day? Do you think they feel inspired every morning? No. They act because their systems force them to act. They act because they have trained their brains to obey routine, not emotion. They act because consistency is louder than motivation. Let's make this real for you. Start by showing up for 30 minutes every day. Pick the one task that matters most and do it, even when you don't feel like it. Even when your energy is low. Even when your brain says, not today. Show up when it's boring. Show up when it's dark. Show up anyway. Do it again tomorrow. Do it again the next day. Do it for weeks, months, years. Your brain will stop questioning. Your mind will stop resisting. Your body will stop procrastinating. Consistency builds identity. Your actions define who you are. Not your feelings. Not your mood. Not your excuses. Who you are is the person who shows up every day regardless of emotion. Now repetition is key here. I will say it again. Show up when it's boring. Show up when it's dark. Show up anyway. Say it until it sticks. Say it until it becomes reflex. Say it until your brain cannot ignore it. Consistency also builds trust with yourself. When you act every day, you prove to your mind that you can be counted on. You prove that you can handle discomfort. You prove that you are capable of commitment. And here's the best part: consistency compounds. Small actions, repeated relentlessly, create massive results over time. 1% improvement every day is nothing short-term, but over months, it becomes extraordinary. The key is not intensity, it's persistence. The key is not excitement, it's discipline. The key is not motivation, it's showing up. Let me break it down further. If you write 1 page a day in a year, you have 365 pages. If you train for 30 minutes a day in a year, your body transforms. If you invest a small amount every day in a year, your wealth grows silently but powerfully. Consistency is invisible until results are undeniable. Now, how do you maintain it? First, remove distractions. Remove notifications. Remove noise. Protect the time you commit to your purpose. Consistency cannot thrive where chaos reigns. Second, focus on the minimum viable effort. Do not wait to feel like giving 100%. Do not wait to feel inspired. Start small. Start consistent. Start inevitable. Third, track your actions. Checklists, logs, journals, whatever forces you to see the truth. If it's not measured, it doesn't exist. If it's not tracked, your brain forgets. Finally, embrace discomfort. Discipline will always feel uncomfortable. Consistency is always inconvenient. But that discomfort is your growth. It is the proof that you are building something permanent, not temporary. Remember, motivation fades. Motivation dies. Consistency lives. Consistency rewires your brain. Consistency builds your identity. Consistency turns small actions into unstoppable results. So here's your challenge. Identify one small task, one meaningful action, and commit to it for 30 minutes every day, no excuses. Even when it's boring. Even when it's hard. Even when you don't feel like it. Show up when it's boring. Show up when it's dark. Show up anyway. You will fail sometimes. You will skip days. You will doubt yourself. That's fine. It's part of the process. What matters is getting back up again and again. Because every time you return to the routine, you are stronger than before. Consistency is louder than motivation. Always. It is your foundation. It is your weapon. It is the silent force that separates those who dream from those who do. You mastered showing up when it's hard. Now it's time to turn discomfort into power. Chapter 3: 30 minutes of pain builds 24 hours of power. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Pain is the price of progress, the fee for freedom, the currency of discipline. Most people avoid it. They run from it. They numb it. They chase comfort like it's salvation. And that is why most lives stay ordinary. Because comfort is a cage. Comfort is a lie. Comfort will lull you into regret. The pain of discipline is smaller than the pain of regret. Repeat it. Internalize it. Say it out loud. The pain of discipline is smaller than the pain of regret. It's not about being brutal for the sake of suffering. It's about doing what most people won't do so you can have what most people cannot have. It's about micro-sacrifices. Small, deliberate choices repeated daily. And these micro-sacrifices compound into unstoppable strength. Let's break that down. Discipline is uncomfortable. Discipline asks you to do what feels unnecessary in the moment but invaluable in the long term. Wake up early. Lift weights. Write the page. Study the chapter. Make the call. Run the extra mile. It's small pain now. Huge payoff later. Most people think pain is physical. But real pain is emotional. It's the fight with your mind that says, skip it. Rest. Later. Every time you win that fight, you strengthen your self-control. Every time you obey your higher purpose instead of your temporary feelings, you grow. Think about athletes. They run drills when their legs ache. They lift weights when their muscles scream. They repeat motions hundreds of times until it hurts, until it's boring, until it becomes second nature. Think about soldiers. They endure early mornings, grueling exercises, and mental conditioning that would break ordinary people. They embrace discomfort as preparation. They welcome the grind because they know that the world will not wait for them to feel ready. Think about creators. Writers, painters, programmers, entrepreneurs. They sacrifice sleep, leisure, and easy choices to make progress when no one is watching. They understand one principle: comfort kills potential. Discomfort builds it. This is why 30 minutes of pain is enough to power your entire day. Just 30 minutes. 30 minutes to push through resistance. 30 minutes to outwork your mind's excuses. 30 minutes to build a foundation no chaos can shake. The beauty of deliberate discomfort is this: it compounds. It starts small. A single choice. You push yourself when your brain screams, stop. You lift, write, run, or work anyway. Tomorrow you do it again. And the day after that. In 1 week you have a habit. In 1 month you have momentum. In 1 year you have transformation. You see, strength is not built in comfort zones. It is forged in moments of resistance. The pain of discipline is temporary. The regret of failure lasts a lifetime. Let me give you a real example. Jocko Willink wakes up at 4:30 a.m. every day, no excuses. He runs, trains, and plans before the world even stirs. Why? Because he understands that 30 minutes of intentional pain, pushing his body and mind before comfort calls, gives him control over the remaining 24 hours. He doesn't rely on motivation. He relies on discipline. Here's the pattern you must adopt. Step 1. Identify the small pain that matters. Can be exercise. Can be writing. Can be studying. It must challenge you just enough that your brain wants to quit. Step 2. Commit to doing it anyway. This is the defining moment. When the body resists. When the mind protests. When comfort whispers. Show up anyway. Repeat after me. Show up anyway. Step 3. Repeat consistently. This is the compounding effect. 1 day feels small. 2 days feel small. 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, the payoff is massive. Discomfort trains your will. It expands your tolerance for difficulty. It sharpens your focus. It develops mental toughness. It prepares you for anything life throws at you. And it's not just about the physical. The mental and emotional discomfort is even more valuable. Sitting in silence. Facing your fears. Doing the work no one sees. That is where real power is created. Here's what most people get wrong. They think they must be ready before they act. They think they must feel like it. They think pain is a sign to stop. That's a lie. Pain is a signal to act. Pain is a signal to grow. Pain is a signal to become more than yesterday. Let's anchor this in your daily life. Pick one small, uncomfortable action. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Write one difficult paragraph. Lift one extra set. Say the hard truth in a conversation. Do the thing that scares you, the thing that strains you, the thing that hurts. And then repeat tomorrow. And the next day. And the next day. Because every moment you embrace pain, you earn power. Every moment you avoid pain, you earn regret. Pain builds resilience. Pain builds clarity. Pain builds identity. No one becomes strong without pain. No one becomes disciplined without pain. No one achieves greatness without embracing the grind. Remember this phrase. The pain of discipline is smaller than the pain of regret. Say it again. Say it until it becomes truth in your bones. You don't need motivation. You don't need inspiration. You need the courage to endure temporary discomfort. You need the grit to embrace micro-sacrifices. You need the discipline to choose the hard path every day. Micro-sacrifices add up. 30 minutes now, 30 minutes tomorrow. 1 month becomes habits. 1 year becomes mastery. And when life throws chaos your way, you will handle it. Because you trained under pressure voluntarily. You trained under discomfort deliberately. You trained your mind, your body, and your will for moments like this. Consistency plus deliberate discomfort equals unstoppable strength. Now repeat this mantra. I embrace the small pain today so I can dominate tomorrow. I embrace the small pain today so I can dominate tomorrow. Your comfort zone is a trap. Your growth zone is painful. Choose pain. Choose growth. Choose power. You mastered showing up when it's dark. You mastered showing up when it's boring. Now you master showing up when it hurts. That's the foundation of true success. That's how 30 minutes of pain builds 24 hours of power. You've taken control of your discomfort. You've chosen strength over ease. You've built a micro-habit that compounds into dominance. Now let's take this foundation and channel it into focus and execution. Chapter 4. Focus is the new superpower. Your attention is your most valuable asset. Not money. Not connections. Not talent. Your attention. Every distraction steals power from your life. Every notification, every random thought, every interruption chips away at your results. Your focus determines what you build. Your focus determines what you keep. Your focus determines who you become. Guard your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Repeat that. Guard your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Most people treat attention like it's unlimited. It isn't. It's a finite resource. And once it's gone, wasted on trivial tasks, gossip, social media, and meaningless noise. That's why high performers protect it relentlessly. That's why they block out distractions. That's why they schedule deep work and defend it with discipline. Here's the truth. Anyone can work hard. Anyone can show up. Anyone can try. But few achieve extraordinary results because few can maintain focus. Focus is rare. Focus is precious. Focus is the new superpower. Let's talk about how to use this superpower. Step 1. Eliminate noise. Turn off notifications. Close apps. Mute group chats. Let the world wait for 30 minutes. You have a mission to accomplish, and distraction is your enemy. Step 2. Protect your environment. Clear your workspace. Remove visual clutter. Silence unnecessary sounds. Your environment either strengthens your focus or sabotages it. Choose wisely. Step 3. Set a timer for 30 minutes of deep work. During this time, you are untouchable. You are not available. You are not reactive. You are building your future while the world is busy wasting its attention. Guard your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Say it again. Guard your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Step 4. Prioritize ruthlessly. Focus only on the high-value task that moves the needle. Don't scatter your attention across 10 small things. One task, one goal, one mission. Master it, finish it, then move to the next. Here's what most people get wrong. They think multitasking is efficiency. It isn't. Multitasking destroys focus. It fractures your mind and your results. Focus is not multitasking. Focus is mastery. Focus is depth, not breadth. Step 5. Schedule regular breaks. Focus for 30 minutes, then rest. Don't overdo it. Your brain is a muscle. It fatigues. Then return. Hit it again. Hit it harder. Hit it smarter. Focus is a muscle. It grows when exercised. It weakens when ignored. That's why repetition is key. Every time you protect your attention, you strengthen it. Every time you let it wander, you weaken it. Let's anchor this in real life. Consider Elon Musk. He schedules his day in 5-minute blocks. He removes distractions. He focuses on the most critical task at every moment. The result? He builds rockets, runs multiple companies, and innovates faster than almost anyone in history. Consider top athletes. They focus on their form. They focus on their training. They focus on execution, ignoring the crowd, ignoring the noise, ignoring the doubts. Their attention is a weapon. Their results are proof. Consider writers and creators. They focus on the page, the canvas, the code. They shut out social media, interruptions, and irrelevant opinions. They guard their focus like treasure, because it is. You have a choice every day. You can let your attention scatter like leaves in the wind. Or you can seize it, control it, and direct it to what matters. Guard your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Say it one more time. Guard your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Here's the simple formula for mastery through focus. Block distractions. Every notification off, every phone silent, every irrelevant thought paused. Deep work sessions. 30 minutes minimum, fully absorbed, fully committed. Ruthless prioritization. One mission. One task. No compromise. Intentional rest. Recover to return stronger, sharper, and more focused. Focus is invisible to the untrained eye. No one will notice you shutting out social media. No one will celebrate you refusing the chat notifications. No one will applaud your solitary hours of deep work. But results will notice. Your mind will notice. Your future self will notice. The world will try to steal your attention. It will scream for you to be reactive, busy, distracted. Ignore it. Block it. Protect your focus like a fortress. When you do, you will see the transformation. Your work will improve. Your decisions will sharpen. Your energy will multiply. Your results will explode. And here's the key: consistency amplifies focus. Deep work every day compounds. 30 minutes today, 30 tomorrow, 30 the next day. Within weeks, your capacity for concentration grows stronger than ever before. Within months, distractions barely touch you. Within a year, focus becomes your default state. Let me remind you, guard your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Show up for your deep work even when you don't feel like it. Block the noise even when the world shouts for your attention. Prioritize relentlessly even when temptation whispers. Because focus is freedom. Focus is power. Focus is mastery. And mastery determines your destiny. The simple truth is this: you can have talent, time, and opportunity, but without focus they are wasted. You can be motivated, but without focus it disappears. You can have willpower, but without focus it falters. Your future self is begging you to protect your attention today. Do it for 30 minutes. Do it for 1 hour. Do it for every day that you want to rise above mediocrity. Focus is the new superpower. Treat it like it matters. Guard it like your life depends on it, because it does. You mastered discomfort. You mastered consistency. Now you will master attention. Next, we take the power you've built and channel it into systems that make success inevitable. Chapter 5. Build systems, not excuses. Excuses are easy. They are seductive. They feel comfortable. They make you feel justified. I don't have time. I'm too tired. I'll start tomorrow. Excuses sound good, but they produce nothing. They create stress, regret, and a life you never wanted. They are the enemy of progress. Here's the hard truth: emotion-based action fails. If you wait to feel motivated, inspired, or energized, you will fail. Motivation is temporary. Excuses are permanent. Your results depend on systems, not feelings. If it's not in your system, it won't last. Repeat that. If it's not in your system, it won't last. High performers don't rely on mood. They don't wait for the right moment. They create routines and structures that make success inevitable. Systems remove choice. They remove hesitation. They remove excuses. Think about it. A writer who schedules one page every morning at 6 a.m. doesn't need inspiration. The page will be written. The habit dictates the result. The system wins. An athlete who lifts every day at a fixed time doesn't need motivation. The workout happens. The muscles grow. The body transforms. The system wins. A business leader who blocks 2 hours for deep work each morning doesn't need energy. The work is done. Progress is made. Momentum builds. The system wins. That's the key. Emotion-based action fails. System-based action wins. Here's how to build your system. Step 1. Define your outcomes. Be clear about what matters. Do not confuse busyness with results. Decide exactly what you want to achieve and why. Step 2. Break it into small, repeatable actions. The system works because it is simple. Write 1 paragraph. Lift 1 set. Spend 30 focused minutes. Small actions done consistently become unstoppable. Step 3. Automate the behavior. Tie it to a trigger. After brushing your teeth, write 1 sentence. After making coffee, meditate for 5 minutes. After lunch, review your goals. Automation removes the need for motivation. Automation removes excuses. Step 4. Eliminate friction. Make the right actions easier than the wrong ones. If you want to exercise, lay out your workout clothes the night before. If you want to write, open your notebook before bed. If it's hard to start, you won't. If it's easy to start, you will. Step 5. Track your progress. If you don't measure it, it doesn't exist. Checklists, journals, habit trackers. Whatever forces accountability. Every small win reinforces the system. Every missed action highlights a flaw. Adjust, refine, repeat. If it's not in your system, it won't last. Say it again. If it's not in your system, it won't last. Now, understand why systems beat emotion. Emotion is fleeting. Discipline is a choice. Systems enforce discipline automatically. Most people rely on inspiration. They wait to feel like acting. Then they complain when results don't appear. Stop that. Stop blaming. Stop waiting. A system doesn't care if you feel like it. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't negotiate. It executes. It delivers results. Real-life example, Jeff Bezos. Amazon didn't grow by waiting for inspiration. He built systems, processes, automation, teams that scaled small wins into global dominance. The system dictated the outcome. The system won. Another example, Olympic athletes. They don't show up for motivation. They follow their training regimen. Every exercise, every drill, every repetition is mapped. Every moment is accounted for. The system wins. And here's your takeaway. Your life will mirror the systems you create. Weak systems produce weak results. Strong systems produce unstoppable outcomes. If you leave things to chance, you get chance. If you design your life with structure, you get mastery. Let me repeat it again. This is critical. If it's not in your system, it won't last. Now let's talk about small habits. Systems aren't about grand gestures. They are about micro-actions repeated daily. Make your bed. Write 1 page. Lift 1 set. Meditate 5 minutes. Plan tomorrow tonight. Those actions seem minor, almost meaningless. But compounded over days, weeks, and months, they create a life far beyond your imagination. This is the power of systems. Excuses are your brain trying to avoid discomfort. Systems are your brain forced to obey purpose. It's not about feeling like it. It's about doing it anyway. It's not about mood. It's about structure. It's not about chance. It's about design. Build your system. Protect it. Repeat it daily. If it's not in your system, it won't last. Say it one last time. If it's not in your system, it won't last. You have a choice. Live by emotion or live by system. Live reacting or live designing. Live in chaos or live with structure. High performers make the same choice every day. They design their systems. They automate small wins. They remove excuses. They execute without hesitation. Your challenge. Identify one key area of your life. Build a small, repeatable system for it. Automate it. Track it. Protect it. Remove every excuse. Watch what happens. Results are inevitable when you commit to the system. Excuses fade. Discipline strengthens. Your future self will thank you. Remember, your success is not determined by mood, luck, or motivation. It is determined by systems. Structures that enforce action. Habits that compound. Processes that win while emotion sleeps. If it's not in your system, it won't last. You mastered discomfort. You mastered consistency. You mastered focus. Now, you will master the structure that makes all of it inevitable. Next, we take this power inward and embrace the solitude that builds mental toughness. You don't need to change your life overnight. You just need 30 minutes. 30 minutes of clarity over confusion. 30 minutes of action over excuse. Do it today, not tomorrow. Because tomorrow is where your dreams go to die. Every day you repeat this cycle. Wake up, show up, build up. You become a new version of yourself. Discipline is not a mood. It's a muscle. Train it every single day. When you don't feel like it, that's the moment that builds you. So take the next 30 minutes right now and move. Read, build, train, focus. You are one disciplined half hour away from a different life. Start today. Start now.